Hello and welcome to another Raggy's Beers, Wines and Spirits review. Tonight I'm going to be reviewing Star Finest Lager Beer. Don't know anything about it, but I've just read off the internet. And it's got a terrible rating on Rate Beer. It's got a rating of 1.99 out of 5 from 150 ratings. But obviously, like I've said before many times, that Rate Beer is primarily a beer website. They don't really care for lagers, so they're not going to give lagers big reviews. So, you know, that's just the way it is. Made by Heineken. Well, it's actually owned by Heineken, but it's actually Nigerian Brewers who brew it, and it's Nigeria's #1 lager beer. So it says here, cold filtered Star lagers brewed using finest ingredients and techniques to ensure smooth tasting, bright and clear beer with the ever rich foam head. And then it says that's why it's #1, Nigeria's #1 beer. Let's hope we're not fucking emailing me for money afterwards. But we'll give it a pour. So, got it for about £1.50 from Home Bargains. You know, they do have some good beers at Home Bargains. And like I say, know nothing about it. So, good lacing and carbonation straight away. Massive head on it. Typical light malt, grassy nose. And boy, that's a good head. So, already I'm getting that. It's 5.1%, so it puts it in the stellar category of, you know, of strength. I mean, stellar is 5.1, isn't it? Oh, 4.8 for stellar, so not as strong as I thought it was. Somebody gave me a can last week and I thought, oh, I'll do another re-review. Sometimes it's nice to go back and do a re-review, especially if you get it for note, you know. Yeah, so good lacing on that. As you can see in carbonation, it's really belted. But as most lagers are, that's what they do. Ooh, a bit of a taste to it. So I'll read 2 reviews, and these couldn't be any more different. One was in a restaurant, 3 out of 5, which is a decent review. Clear, dull blonde colour, 2.5 finger head with soapy white foam which lasts for 2 minutes. Good sticky lacing with fizzy carbonation. Aroma of fair lager malt with used books. How do people come out with that? Floral and oh, it carries on. Oh, I'm not reading all that. Yeah, I'm not reading all that. It goes on forever. So, at the end it says, exotic country ticks usually mean crappy micro pales. But this one makes a strong case of being not that. Despite the slightly stale and papery aroma, this one does not suffer from light struck, has a solid body and richer taste than most watery macros. Maybe sorghum did the trick. This ain't no drain pause, and I don't mind to have another one next time. So, you know, not a bad review there. I didn't read the whole of it because it was going on forever. Somebody really loves their beer reviews. And then somebody else give it a 1.1 out of 5, which is a bit low. Clear yellow colour with almost no head. Piss aroma. Aroma is piss, corn, sweet malts and yeast. Taste is the same, leading to a watery and corny finish. That's a bit harsh, you know. Oh my god, the reviews are really bad. Oh, yeah, it's a 2.7. At least it's, you know, I can't be reading piss reviews. I mean, why this bloke smells his own piss and drinks piss is beyond me. 2.7 out of 5. Sweet malt aroma with a hint of banana. Banana? Hazy golden colour with small size white head. Sweet malty taste, kind of boring but without off flavours. Thin body, soft carbonation. Quite okay. Bottle of African cuisine and bar. So, trying to be serious. Standard lager fodder, looks like any other lager. You know, I'm trying to see if I can smell piss. I don't want to drink it if I smell it. If I can smell it, I don't want to be drinking it though, so I don't think I'll bother smelling anymore if I can help it. There's a funniness in the taste. There's a stale taste to it. Now, you know that bloke who said about the books? There's that sort of old papery taste coming through. I'm not joking, I can't believe it. It's a bit... So, Heineken as well, made by a Heineken brand. Made for Nigeria. Obviously people in Nigeria, I presume, don't get a lot of different beers, because if they did... Yeah, it has definitely got a nasty taste. I mean, it doesn't bother me that if it's a lager beer, cider, spirits, whatever, wine, you know, taste is taste, and I give reviews out of 5 according to that category that I'm reviewing. Obviously you can't put a lager against a real ale, a good real ale, because the lager would score probably 3 when a real ale would score probably 4.7 out of 5, you know, if you were really thinking about it. That's why I do my reviews as I do, by category. But even in the lager category, this is something different. This is probably the worst lager I have had yet. I had a bottle of Budweiser last year that I think was something off with the Budweiser, because even I've never tasted Budweiser that bad. And I gave it a slating review. Well, this fella, although that Noble, there was one Noble from Green King, and that was vile. And that got a low review. And I remember the low reviews because, you know, they do kind of stick out like sore thumbs. Most beers, to be fair, most beers have got decent reviews. Most beers I find are in that 4 to 4.4 sweet zone, you know, where the quality, they're not quite top 10 material, but they're good beers, you know, very drinkable, very reusable, you know. Average beers for me are anything from about 3.5 to 4, you know, that's where your John Smiths and a lot of them lot reside. And anything below 3.4, we're talking nasty territory, you know. And anything in the 2 point something, we're talking, I'm never going to drink it again because it's rancid. This fella is firmly in that 2 area. I haven't made my mind up yet. And I've got a large bottle as well. I'm not going to chuck it because obviously I don't do things like that. Chucking good beer away or chucking any beer away. I'd rather drink it and let it go down the drain. I've paid for that with my money and good earnings. So yeah, I don't know what the Nigerians were doing. You know, I've never heard of a Nigerian brewery. I mean, it's a new one. I mean, I don't want to upset anybody or offend anybody from that country, but your beer's bloody rancid. Was it brewed in Nigeria? That's the thing. I know, obviously, it is a Nigerian beer, but most things are brewed under license in this country because it's too expensive to, you know. So maybe in Nigeria themselves, using their water and their techniques, it might come out as a much better beer. But in this country, no wonder Home Bargains have got a shed load of it because, whew, I paid £1.59 for it as well. I feel absolutely robbed. I mean, I'm getting further down. It's getting a little bit more pleasant, but that's probably because I'm getting a taste for it. Never want to shirk my responsibilities as a beer reviewer. Or drink the rest of it. I paid for it, I'm gonna neck it. It's been one of them days today. So, on my last video, I'm going on about this radiator that I've installed, and luckily the liner that we got off the father-in-law didn't fit. So my wife said, "Oh, leave it then," because I didn't want to start joining lino together. It's very hard to join two pieces of lino together, and I ain't no bloody carpet fitter. I can do it, but it's a bit of an art to join two pieces together because you sort of have to use glue and all that stuff. So we didn't do it in the end. But anyway, I'm there today, and it's been one of them weekends. I slipped over the other day, lost 3 litres out me red wine kit that's on the floor. This fellow here. Ooh. Yeah, it's not bubbling away as it should do, which is a bit concerning. Hopefully it will perk. Oh, it's just bubbles. And hopefully it will pick up, and as soon as I say it, it did it. Anyway, I'm trying to fix this bloody radiator after it pissed water out all over my floor. And talking to piss, and pissed water out all over the floor. Well, I've just painted all the walls in there. I painted the skirting boards, painted the ceiling, put everything up, painted the units that needed doing, you know, and downstairs, talking outside by the back door. And got it perfect, you know, really happy with what I've done. And then the bloody radiator, the brand new radiator that we're putting, and obviously where it screws in, it's not screwing in as it should. And I don't think that my fittings are the right fittings for it. It took off another radiator that was only a few years old itself. So it's leaking on one side ever so slightly, nothing vastly bad, but obviously you don't want to leak, you know. So I got it outside. I'm there for the... Unbeknown to me, the dog's done a shit at the back of me on the decking, and he does, but usually he does it further away, so I've got a bit of notice. I quickly get it cleaned up and chuck it in the compost bin. And I tread back, and fucking hell, it's like, Jesus Christ. You know, not only am I dealing with this bloody radiator that's just pissed out all over on me, and then I'm having to piss about getting dog shit off me and wipe the dog shit up again. I thought, this is one of them days. And then you drink this. So, still getting that papery book taste. It really is not pleasant. You get the malt, grasses and things like that, but that person says about the book. I thought they were taking the mick. And the person's, I don't get the piss taste, to be fair, so that's one good thing. But, yeah, it is not the best. Oh, still getting it. You try and get down to the bottom of a pint, or 660ml, this what was. Yeah, 600ml. You try and get down to the bottom, and you're hoping that it changes, you know, because beers do change, lagers change. But this fella, so out of 5, 2.1 out of 5. It is as nasty as I can taste. That taste, I mean, I don't mind quirky tastes, but paper, cardboard, or whatever it bloody was disgusting. I do apologise for any language on this video, but that was rancid. Normal service will resume, I'm pretty sure, with the next beer. I'll choose a nice one. Thanks for watching, see you soon.